Sup, everybody? Ooh, I got everything loud today. I wear all the hats, so bear with me here for a second. Usually I do try to adjust the equipment. I'm running late today. I've decided that I would do my podcast from, say, 3 or 4 in the afternoon because that was my husband leaving. I'm a little bit overrun all day. Don't ask. I'm retired. It has something to do with the fact that you have more time and you think you should use all of it. I don't freaking know. You joined the wicked lady hippie at the bar. It's my bar. I love talking to everybody about anything and everything. This is like the George Jetson era for us, the hippies, anyway. I'm an Army veteran, published author, mother of one, grandmother of two, 4 husbands still married. I have weapons. It's just, yeah. He's never sure. But in any event, that should be a little bit of background for y'all. Again, we see there's a third assassination attempt on Donnie, President Trump. If he can call Kid Rock Bob. Now, Donnie kind of sticks out there. I'm keeping it. That's mine. Like Gator Gitmo. I love that. No, that was it. Alcatraz something. Yeah, Gator Gitmo. So I saw this and I am so angry. I was very grateful that he and the First Lady, well, everyone, there was an entire, they could have wiped out, a lot of people if this guy had known what he was doing, and thank the Lord he did not, or he wasn't able to complete his mission. And again, I have to go with God's grace. This is our president, people. I don't give a damn. I put this better. It's a bar. It's for grown-ups. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you believe in. What you're supposed to be doing, however, is being an American first and foremost. And the person that's doing that, President Trump, and they're shooting at him and trying to kill him. It's the third time. Well, you know already, because they got all these trillions of dollars that they had to suck back in from these freeloaders that have been fucking us for 15 years. No, I'm not going to get up here and say, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Hippies unite. Get up here. Start your own. I'll subscribe. I do to anyone I find that I like. It's like maybe you open the window and you're tired of this shit and you're taking it no more kind of shit. Army veteran, like I said, civil service, most of my life. My son, my only son, he was born in Heidelberg, Germany. Yes, I was active duty. We were the company of women with the battalion. There were actually 5 companies of women. There's 5 companies to a battalion. Look it up. And so we were told when we landed, we were not at WAC training. They had disbanded that, Women's Auxiliary Corps. We were in regular boot camp. And if we didn't think we could do it, we could sign these papers and they'd send us back home. Not one of us signed them papers. It was all, no, fight my happy ass. Well, I wasn't even 100 pounds. The radio outweighed me back then. The big old So much has changed. I'm asking my hippies to come out and join me. Start your own program. Like I said, it's free. It don't make a damn. There's a lot of folk that's doing it that I like. Joe Rogan, hey dude, love you. News Radio, you were so great. I'm so sorry as well. I'm sorry about that. I've watched you for many years. Bill Maher, love you. So love you, Bill. Johnny Carson, right? And I still watch you. I still love you. Like I said, I have my picks of podcasters. Look it up, jump in there, tell me. I'm going to unplug myself. Or outthrow the stream if you don't know who that is. He's got Hecklefish. Everybody knows it. There's many. And I don't even begin to think that I'm going to be on a par with that. I don't have any guests that will stop in. They will talk to me all day long at my bar about anything and everything. But if I think about, and I broadcast from here, if they see the microphone or any of the Chromebooks, what have you, they will not come into the bar. They will sit outside and drink. And they ask me, how you can do that? I don't know. And I'm like, I don't either because I'm talking to the screen. I'm seeing myself. I don't edit these guys. I come in live. Whoops, I forgot. I didn't put live chat up. I usually have live chat up or top chat, whatever it is nowadays. I call it live. And so you can pop there anytime, and I will so be there. I would love it. I would love to see y'all. Uh, I don't have a lot of time lately, even though I'm retired. And I was like, okay, I can't do everything. My husband, he wears a lot of hats too at our age. I could hear that a little bit through my headphones, and I don't want them to upset me. As long as I can hear a little bit, it's not supposed to be in the background. Another reason I don't run the videos, I think, if it's their videos and their explanations, I'm not going to take them. I figure if you want to see it, you've done seen it. If you want to see it, you can't find it, you let me know. I will pop that sucker in for you. But I'm more like, Rogan throws a few on, but I'm like Bill Maher. I'm half toasted. It's a pity I don't live in California, but they do deliver to Georgia, so I'm good with that. Now I'm at the bar, and it's changed a lot since I was a young girl. My mother and other aunts and so forth. Pardon, I'm allowed to do this only when I do a podcast. I have my cigarillo. The women used to faint. It's just like the black and white films. They never hit a fucking floor. The chair, the couch, somebody's arms. They ain't hit nothing hard. They were good. So they'd get them a stiffener, what they called the stiffener. And I never in my life my hair is bugging me. Never in my life have I ever been able to faint. I prayed to faint, just didn't happen. And so these ladies, after a couple of drinks, and they used the large tumblers, and it wasn't a little Pepsi. It was some shit on the rocks, man. Those girls were ready by the second one. So I called this my little stiffer. My husband advised me these whiskey fireballs. I love the miniature ones, like on the airplanes I used to get on. I swear I wouldn't do it again after '08. And they got 20 people now in there in a row. It's just, yeah. Cheers. I decided I wanted an orange crush today. I can't drink these. I never have been able to. These cans and things. It used to drive my husband a little crazy. There aren't many things that come in bottles. Coca-Cola did for a while, still do. But I like Orange Crush and Black Cherry, root beer, and all those are in the bottles. Unfortunately, it's a 6-pack, which costs double what, say a 12-pack would cost. I do not care. I will drink these, so it's worth the cost. So if there's anything else I wanted up here. I also talk to Charlie Kirk every day, and I don't want him forgotten, and I don't believe for a second, not for a nanosecond, that this little furry dude with his grandfather's World War I adapted, rifle with scope, one shot, one kill. Well, I know that motto. They did a few of them. Yeah, they had some 8-packs you would not believe. I love them. I went in at 17. Parents had to sign for them. I was reading college level at 9, so I was in a hurry. I turned 18 in the military. My son was born, like I said, in Heidelberg, Germany. He never liked that. I primarily loved San Antonio because that was my first real duty station, was Fort Sam Houston. So whenever I came back on whatever thing I was doing or assigned, I might come back, to DC and be assigned there. But then I was going to stay, but they gave me orders to Korea, and they wanted me to sign my son over to my husband's mother. It's like, if you like, did you hear what you just said? I fucking signed it, my custody. Nobody. If it was an angel, I'd have to have ID. You might get up. I'm adopted myself. Family, when I was 30, found us. Long story. We were in the Parade magazine. older parents adopted us, World War IIers, so they got paid X amount until we were 18. So we were on the top of the parade magazine. Should have seen my friends going crazy, running at us with newspapers at the spring break. We're all like, yeah, we were here, man, it was boring. My poor adopted brother, he was a great brother, was in 3 or 4 of the pictures, and after that, nobody could find him. He used to get chased all the time because he looked like Elvis Presley of the time when Elvis wore the leather jacket and, the old DA, whatever they call that. My brother looked just like that. He didn't look like Presley, but he kind of did, like a watered down version, maybe, I don't know. He was gorgeous himself, bright blue eyes, dark hair. And he used to get chased all the time, driving crazy. Finally, he cut all his hair off and stopped wearing a leather jacket, and they left him alone. It became his look. His hair was curly, and I liked it that way. I miss him. God help me. Both he and his sister and the parents are over the Rainbow Bridge. Even found, like they said, I said, the real family. I advise you, if the real family does look you up, move, dye your hair, don't get on social media, work for cash only in another state. It's not always this wonderful thing that people think it is. They don't know you, and if it's like with mine, it was 30 years. I wanted my son to see and get to know that side. It was a disaster, and I need to write another book, but my husband keeps saying, don't do that. My family says, you can't use my name. Well, they're not here now, so I guess I could. How to? They didn't want me to do that. See, I love this. My husband lets me have my cigarillos because they go out. And so I might smoke a third of one or a half of one or something. But not as if I'd gone back to smoking cigarettes, which was, one after another. So I come up here 3 days a week. If I miss a day, I try to make it up on the weekend. I can't say I always get there, but I try hard. This is my second channel. Had a horrific accident. We were renovating the home for this bar. Right after that second pot was picked up, I fell coming down our stairs. He had stripped them, but he'd not done anything about anything else. And my ankle was dislocated from the bone. There's only 2 bones in your leg. And it was the leg itself, the bones in there were just shattered. I have a lot of hardware holding that bitch together. I'm not kidding. I have to go by we have a small airport here in Augusta, and it's just before the VA. And you hear things like bells and whistles and lights are going on. You can hear a telegram, da-da-da-da-da. It's me, guys. I'm on the phone in the car going, hey, it's just me. I set off detectives from downtown, 50 miles away. But I'm on my feet. That's the good thing. Yes, President Trump was again nearly assassinated. I loved seeing him when he ran past all of the agents. It was like he was, what is that guy what is he? Cartoon, I can't think of his name. Flash. It was like, I give the guy credit. He can freaking move, man. The others hadn't even hauled their weapons. They were just searching for it. I found that funny. It wasn't. It really wasn't, of course. It also gives credence to the value of a ballroom at D.C., at the Capitol, at the White House. I've worked there. It was an 80s thing. But I swear to God, the Oval Office hadn't changed anything but a desk in 70 years. Hello, it's time. I see that Johnny done did all that. They had some gold and some white. Love the mug picture. Thank you. I love that, Johnny. Go for America. I laughed until I cried. I was like, all right. I saw when Hillary Clinton heard about it. She was at Jimmy Carter's funeral. And she just, like me, she just busted it with old Bill going, honey, honey. It's just funny. It was. It really was. My favorite is still Pocahontas. Saw today too that they were going to. I mean, I like my whiskey on the rocks, and so those little, what you see me use, the little bottles. If you put a little bit in, I'm using one of my German ones today, Northweststein. And I loved being over there, because it was like going from here to Alabama on a train. You were friends. I loved it. I used to run through the loop about every 2 weeks. Dead run. I don't even think you take pictures of it. Yeah, you can take pictures of that days. Now you can just sit at home and do it on your computer. This is what I'm saying, folks. All my hippies, get in here. Hippies unite. Grab a drink, get a topic, just talk. Jump in here. I had a lot of people on my first channel. Sorry here. My second one, after I had my accident, which is this one, it didn't come out as strong apparently as my other one did. So if you see me, please hit the like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, give me a break. I'm an old woman. I do not make money doing this. I am not averse to making money. I just don't. I'm retired, which also means you're not going to make a lot of money. My husband does, though. We won't even talk about that. It'd be like talking about my daddy running moonshine. My adopted dad did. I love my adopted family. Don't get me wrong. I did. And I completely disliked the biological family. And that was after the feelings mutual. Hypocrite, sunset. Yeah. Every damn one of them. I had so many knives in my back at one point, I looked like a fucking concubine. I'm sorry, concubine, porcupine. I've been watching those Chinese dramas. That's where that came from. If you haven't seen them, girls, trust me, look up the Chinese dramas, the series. Yeah, you want to? I'd like to know where I got all them pretty boys and why the fuck all they weren't around when I was 20. You're looking at that going here. He said, "Oh, you got 3 minutes." No, baby, I got 14 hours here. I'll let you get some drink in a minute. So, girls unite. Come on. Hippies unite. Love, sex, rock and roll. Come on. Jump in here. I hear so much shit about the baby boomers. I was born in, 4 months into that, but basically on the hippie side. And I prefer the hippie side. I grew up a hippie. Even when I was in the military, it got there and we didn't say no. And we did like 4 days, nobody had slept. And we get to our barracks finally. And our drill sergeant is the Vietnam 82nd Airborne, jump out of SC footage, jump out of helicopters and kill people. And I had been up for 4 fucking days. I'm in a place I don't even understand. You got to run everywhere. So you're getting issues, you're getting blankets, you're getting boots, you're getting clothes. And you got your own shit because the White Corps had you bring stuff to work out of. Not so the regular army, they preferred it if you wore the fatigues. Those were fun. 14 sizes too big. Everything I had to be redone. Boots, everything. Son of a mess. The uniforms hanging down and over and around. And I had fucking rain. I was reading college at 9 and reading college level. And so I didn't wait around, And still it took me until I was 17 because you had to wait so long to get in. And I'm from Cook County, Illinois, from Chicago. I was born and raised there. And this drill sergeant, he was so funny. He was flipping through, yes, we didn't have a tablet. He's flipping through the paperwork and he's going, "Oh, look, I see you don't have no record here. You're from Chicago?" Yes, drill sergeant, no record. I tried hard at that. He said, "Oh, okay. Yeah, you're wicked from now on. You work for me when you're not out doing your thing." And inside my head, there's a little person screaming, running around trying to get out. Let me out, let me out. You have so fucked up. What's that? Private Benjamin by with Goldie Hawn in the lead. She got my part. Gives you an idea. And I kicked down that door. We women at 5 companies, they expected us to fail, all of us. And if even one of the company women had failed, they were going to go back and reopen, whack, wave, and all that training. Just keep us separated still. But we took everything. And even after we were done, the drill sergeant said they were proud of us, that they had really, really, really pushed us hard, and we had made it. I had broke my knee in bivouac, taking out machine gun nest, because my freaking buddy decided to jump up and shoot it, like that was going to help. And so I had to cover her. So I had to get down. That's how you went, one up, one down. I had to jump down. And when I did, I hit a rock with my knee, broke my knee just in pieces. And I still took out the grenade, the nest with grenades and stuff. And then I had to get up. And I thought, oh, I'm so screwed, because I knew I couldn't get up at that point. You go kind of into shock. It's not the pain thing you're freaking with. You're freaking like your body doesn't work right. And so I'm using my rifle. I finally get to my feet, and I'm thinking to myself, get your rifle out of the freaking mud. It's too late. It turned out that the CEO and the XO had seen me go down. And my CEO told me that he heard my knee break. And they thought that that's it for me. I was going to just fall out, because they heard it break, and they were 120 yards away from us. I mean, I didn't even know they were there. And I mean, it's pitch dark and everything. And I'm carrying ammo boxes and grenades, strands. I look like Rambo in a skirt kind of thing. But the whole idea was you had to, as a team, take out that machine gun nest. And I'm like, I got this far, and so I love crawled up there and I beat the shit out of I didn't have to stand up and do that. And they thought that was inventive. But it was pretty cool. The graduation came around a few days later. My CEO had taken me to the hospital. When he's carrying me when he walks in, because we had to use like a deuce, because you had to lean out with your head at me with your leg out the window, because they had restrained it, but you couldn't fit. And so he's carrying me in there, and he's screaming. He's drill sergeant. They heard in 15 counties away. I got a man down. Where the hell are you? I'm like, oh God. And I'm being carried by the CO, which I'm thinking I'm never going to pass this. And they don't tell you that you passed, not that day anyway. I mean, there's a whole ceremony about it. But I was like, oh, I did pass. I didn't think that. By that point, you accepted. I'm dealing with a broken knee and all this stuff. And the guys, I wouldn't get on the cripple truck. I just like, I'll be there when I get there. It's like 4 miles. And I would not get on the cripple truck. I wouldn't do it. And so what they did was they remembered all of this. We had 5 companies, and there was also, I believe, 5 battalions that were graduating the same day. And so they just held me up. And when they got tired, they passed me to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until we got there. And somebody had the crutches somewhere, they would, send us back with me. And when I got, there's a bunch of bleachers and bunting and all that, handed me to my CO and the crutches to the XO. And my CO had prepared a place for me and moved people around, because you had to move with your company. And where's Bravo 3rd Tank? And we had to be about halfway. And he was like, no, she can't, I'm not taking her up there, she can get over. I'm going to put her right here. And they didn't argue with drill sergeants that had just come home from Vietnam and were 82nd Airborne. they didn't do that. She can sit there, that's good. So technically I graduated with my class, but I was in the front bleachers, and I didn't even have to go get it. They brought the certificate and all that, and the pictures and stuff to me. My CO did. They handed it to him, he brought it to me. It was pretty cool. So even though I had to leave Fort Jackson by then, I had to go to my next duty station, which was Fort Sam Houston, and it was a blast, I'll tell you. It was so many stories I had that my step-grandson, I have a stepdaughter, my husband's got a daughter, and they're all grown, the kids are all grown, and he went to medic training because he wanted to be stationed at Fort Sam Houston, which is where most of medical trainees go. They got to have a little bit of drill, learn to recognize what rank is rank. So we used to get them taken hostage all the time by the Air Force. You had this line if you want to cross the viewer spot. And we told them, don't ask us how to get from point A to B. You have to know this yourself. If you ask us, we'll answer you, but it may not be a good day. And so if they asked us, they got captured. Sometimes we've been there 3-4 days over at Camp. I can't even think of it. I was at Camp Bullis, which was attached to Fort Sam and attached to Kelly and Lackland Air Force bases. Which, surprisingly enough, Kelly, they got down here in Macon when I lived down there next to that base, and they took the other one over here at Fort Gordon, and I'm not sure what they call it anymore. I can't keep up. It's always been those to me, so that's what I call it. So that was pretty cool. Grovetown exploded, which is next to Augusta. Augusta itself exploded. I mean, when I moved here, there were 2 lanes and 1 lanes. But basically a turning lane and a lane. That was basically what it was. And that was the busy areas, like the connections for I-20 and them. We're 9 miles to South Carolina, which is also fun because I trained, Fort Jackson and in Columbia, South Carolina. So that's always fun. I've always lived right next door to base. And I do it by next time I think, I don't realize that close till I moved to it. Oh, yeah. I guess maybe I got used to, working at the base that I just naturally do that. I don't know. My son and his wife are highly placed servants as well. My grandson is also, and both grandsons. My grandson is an Army veteran, and my step grandson may stay longer. He said he's in Korea right now. My grandson also did Korea. He got out when he came back just before the pandemic hit us, so he stayed with us. We turned both the rooms upstairs into apartments, so that was fun. I liked it. I had the whole bottom floor plan. Still do technically. It's just that way. This goes out. Why they like them. I didn't see a lot of hullabaloo about it this time. Like I said, I saw the footage where he was attacked by the guy, shot. I don't know where the shot went or where he was when he shot it because I haven't seen that footage. But I thought it was absolutely hysterically funny, and it really wasn't. But still, when the guy comes zipping through all of the people that were supposed to be security, I'd have fired every damn one of them on the spot. I would have fired. There was no way that all 8 or 9 of them standing around shouldn't have been more on the ball and caught that bastard when he went past them like a streak of lightning. Those guys fumbled around for like, I don't know, 40, 50 seconds. That don't sound like much time. But when a guy is running past you fully loaded with a gun, that's a long time. It's a long time. I know. I've been keeping one on me since I was 17. You come back from Europe and you go, damn, something's going to happen to somebody. Europe really screwed themselves up. It really did. I loved Europe. It's so old. It's so many wonderful things. You could offer me a ticket now to go, say, Big Ben. I wouldn't take it. Personally, I think there's some places that should be a no-go, like when you're in the military. That's a no-go. Don't go there. Because it's just bad. And basically, even here in the United States, if one more person calls me a homegrown terrorist, I won't give him my car. I won't find out when they get into Congress because there's a whole thing you can do to sit and watch Congress. So I can make him eat his words while I'm pounding his face in the floor. Yeah, I know they frown on that. Well, I haven't done it yet. It really was on my bucket list, but I didn't think that as a hippie, it was all like I said. Now they're trying to blame us. Oh, we're paying your Social Security. Oh, fuck off. I mean, serious to God, I've never taken one dime from my unemployment. Where the fuck all is that money? You can't use your Medicaid, Parts A and B. because it's not functioning. It's just a card. You got to pay Humana, some insurance company, and then you can start using your Medicaid. Oh, fuck you. Why they fuck? I use the dime of mine. I go to the VA, and I pay through the VA. They want. I checked into it. They wanted $189 a month to do mine. I laughed till I cried. I was like, they know what you're making. You know, they're like, oh yeah, she can lose a couple hundred a month. She still got 300 left, or what have you. Like, I will look you up. I know you live somewhere. My friends also said that they're a little frightened of me and what I'll do to them while I'm on camera, which is absolutely hysterical. What can you do to somebody on camera? Well, you can do a lot, but it'd be stupid. And I do this live. I kind of like, I guess, the British family. Uh, no complaints and no explanations. This is it. Now, I would love to see some more hippies get in here and say, hey, it is kind of like Woodstock. And we don't have to pay for it. We can talk to somebody over here. We can talk to somebody in California and ask, are you the last one living there? The rest of them are in Texas, Florida. I can't even count how many have left. Several. And I believe there's several 100,000 people that have left. I don't know how they stayed there anyway. I love Cash Jordan. Hey, Cash. He's the guy that goes out and shows the properties, like London or wherever, what they are and how much they are rent. And I love the closets with the bathroom down the hall. Those are good. They're only $189.95 a month. And they've got room for 3 people if you don't mind one of them standing up in the brick closet to sleep. Yeah. And yet you have many people who live there. And the other thing is, who was stupid enough, show of hands, to believe that you were going to get a free bus, free food, and yada yada? I got time. No. Not unless you came across the Rio Grande. Yeah, you're not getting anywhere. I told my husband, I said, look, let's just pretend, let's leave all our IDs at home. Go down to El Paso, tell them we're Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez. We're staying in that nice hotel for a couple of weeks. It's just ridiculous. You cannot make this shit up. And our lovely Pope. Now, I just adored, I can't say I'm Catholic or Christian. I did have my son baptized while I was there in Rome by, let's say by the Pope, but it's, down from the Pope. You get a little commemorative medal, which I gave my son. I can't say I'm a Christian either, but I kind of tend to follow that because I was raised that way. And so I was St. Pope John Paul II. This man was amazing. And after he was shot, I think it was 4 times, he definitely got interested in things of like the Fatima prophecy, the Virgin Mary, worship, Our Lady, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. For those of you who don't know that, that's the start of the rosary. If you don't do that, if you go to an evangelicist, well, I worry about you. Read the Bible. Like Mr. Edgar Casey, the sleeping prophet, the best and most prolific prophet we had in the 20th century, and his works were taken down and left, and they are still available today. Just Google the sleeping prophet or Edgar Casey, either one will pop you in. This guy knew everything. He was amazing, but he didn't remember a damn thing when he woke up. He was a photographer. And yet in his state, when he would state prophecies and so forth, this guy was something else. Even the AMA, the American Medical Association, gave him a license to practice. He could only use it on terminal patients. He saved life after life after life after life, never used any drugs. Mustard packs, things like this, chiropractic and so forth. She struck this on her spine. Just go and have this pulled and done, and she'll be fine. I mean, these people are on death's door. And he saved thousands of them. They kept over almost 15,000 readings, and you should check some of them out if you have the time. But those are the people. Mr. Eric Von Daniken, it was a great loss, but he left so much for us, and he started us off. Chariots of the Gods. I've still got the first edition. I love him, miss him, and I'm glad to see that the baton was passed forward. Glad to see Ancient Aliens are still on. My grandson told me that one of his teachers said, "How come you know so much about this stuff?" And he said, "Oh, my grandma watches it every week on Ancient Aliens." I'm like, "Oh my God." Because the teacher knew me. With my grandchildren, with my grandson, because he didn't go through the pandemic, and with my son, I knew what they were doing. I knew what teacher was saying. I knew what was going on. I was a very hands-on, both grandmother and mother. I had several teachers fired. I had principals who resigned over some of the stuff they were having my 13-year-old stepdaughter look at. But that's not the way it is now. Now they tase you and, rip your clothes and carry you out after they tase you a couple more times. You sure they got a shot of you pissing your pants. You can't go in there no more and say, "Well, I don't agree. You cannot have a Muslim prayer session at lunch." You can't do that. But I got rid of people when I was doing this, and I saw how bad the system was. I barely thought my kids were going to make it through. I was shocked when you're still there. I was shocked when I saw my step-grandchildren, because they were much younger, and they've all made it. My stepdaughter's a nurse she's a care for in-time nurse. And it's going to be rough. And like I said, her oldest boy, Ezra, he's in Korea right now. He loved Fort Sampson. He said he tried out every story he ever heard from me, and I was true. Oh, the boy. Her youngest is Eli, and then we've got Lily in the middle, and she's doing great. My son is married, and my grandson is grown. And my granddaughter is 13, going on 43, and confused as fuck. I had no time to be confused when I was that age. I was, in my school, my husband said I went to a resort, but we had fencing, we had swimming, we had a dodgeball was fun. Fencing was one of my favorite. Archery. I took karate from the time I was 7 up. And so it was a wonderful thing because I'm a redhead. Well, strawberry blonde with green eyes, as they say, true hazel eyes. I'm 5'2". I trained all my life. And I may not be a young chicken, but it's cute as shit when somebody tries to attack me. And then they see this 5'2", oh, it's a pushover. And when I start stomping your face in the car, you're like, "Damn, did she?" Been there, done that. Even had my kids and grandson go up to me. They didn't do it but once. I see all these parents that are being controlled by their kid. The kid's 33 and living at home. It's just like when these kids start wearing these Palestine things. Mike called me and said, "You'd shoot us, right?" "Oh, you betcha. I'd make it a slow painful death." And then I'm making you your money back. I couldn't believe, and I still can't believe the amount of anti-Semitism that is rocking this nation. And I've been screaming since the 80s, since I came back from Europe. Europe was a mess, and that was the 80s. I worked in D.C., Maryland, and so forth. They were all a mess. This is the 80s. And after that, you've got a kid, you're raising a kid, you're trying to do all this stuff. And so and all of this tech, people think it just came out molded like it is. Because in their lives, they haven't really seen the tech change much, except maybe a new phone. I've seen it, and it was 18. Did you plug it in? Which helps sometimes. But they left all that alone. They didn't do that with us. We had word processors. Ever heard of floppy disks? Then we had the hard disk drives. We had drives that were, these tall stands. And now I'm using Chromebooks that, on the bar. That's how small. And it's amazing. Hello, George Jetson. This is so past Disney that it's like Disney on steroids, man. Woodstock. Mushrooms. Come on in. Talk. I was going to say, smoke. Again. I swallowed the wrong way and now I get you. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm about to wrap up because I tried to keep this on to an hour since it's just me ranting about, well, God only knows what. I would like to see the fact that whether we agree or don't agree with Donnie, I'm not going to say either way. He's my president. He's the commander in chief. If he doesn't get the respect that his office holds and deserves, then the world thinks you're weak. And I got news for all you fucking baby, whatever you are, millennials, Zs, I don't care. For any of you past 20, all the way up to you past 50, wake the fuck up. Turn off CNN, for God's sakes. You guys scared the piss out of me. Y'all are so stupid that you actually believe that shit. Come on. This is the age where you can go on and check out anything you want to. Don't you think you might look into some of that shit you believe? And I'm talking about my son and my grandson. I was gobsmacked. And I'm still so gobsmacked. I haven't seen either of them in 5 months since last fucking year. Because it was all I could do, and this was at a Christmas party. It was all I could do not to slap the piss out of him. Like, you what the? People frown on that. And so, of course, I just left early. I was like, I gotta go. I'm getting drunk and I won't fuck up somebody. Because my kids know better, I thought. And I count my grandson as my kid. He stayed with me all the time. His father was, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. I go get it. We're just an exit away. And I'm like, and I found my step grandchildren are doing very well. They're not stupid enough to say, oh, after 50 years of service, I'm sure they'll make sure Minneapolis stops fraud. It's like you want a cattle prod them every minute. They frown on that. So I'm waiting for the hippies to unite. I'm waiting for all of us to turn around and say, it wasn't fucking us, dude. It was the generation before us, and it's the generation behind us. Again, the hippies got skipped in this mess. Or, as I like to think, I was too smart to get in this mess. But then they killed Charlie Kirk, a man of very strong Christian faith. I didn't know he had a wife. I didn't know he had children. Amen. His memory be a blessing. I borrowed it from the Israelis. And I haven't yet heard anything good about what happened to this young man. I also like to mention there's a lovely and wonderful Chinese actor who was 37, Lu Mignon, who was murdered. It was horrific. This man could sing a bird out of a tree. He could act so well that you would watch the movie 100 times. This man was humble. This man hurt no one. And the people he trusted are the ones who murdered him. He was 37. Please look up that name or ask me about it, and I will put it in the comments. Try to look it up. It's Yu Ming Long. Almost the way it sounds basically. That's how you can look it up. I cried for days, like I did with Princess Diana and Mother Teresa. I don't know if people know this, but Mother Teresa died just before midnight, the same day that Princess Diana died, after the world was told that she had passed. Mother Teresa passed. And I found that exceptional. I like ghosts. I like ghost stories. I like seeing the ghost videos. Not so much all of them. I like some of the ones that they've caught, like on CCTV, people's own ring cameras. We have cameras located outside. We have two RVs. We have like a Wonder Lodge. We have a big pole behind, and we don't want somebody living in a house unless we're going somewhere, and it's us. And they're great things. They really are. So I kind of keep an eye on things. It's amazing what people have caught. You cannot, in this day and age, say that the paranormal does not exist. Don't say that, please, because I don't want y'all to have one. It's a bad thing, and it is real. The shadow people are real. We inherited my husband's mother's home. We were fixing it up because we were going to sell it because we didn't want to live in that area. To me, it's hell. It always has been. And his mother had lived there for decades. So, I mean, this is not a place I didn't know. And so we were staying at the house as we were doing the renovations. And my son came running through, and there's a dining area with the French doors, and the kitchen closed off two sides with the French door. He comes swinging through the French doors, and I thought he was going to shatter the glass. They hit so hard, and jumped literally in my lap, his whole body trembling. I was like, what the? He was like 24. He wasn't young. He wasn't 2 years old. And his wife was on the other side of me. We were watching Netflix. And I mean, it wasn't that long ago. And he said, oh my God, Mother, there's I don't know what it is, Mom. It's black. It's just all black. And it's standing in the corner of the kitchen. It's all black. It's evil, Mom. I said, okay. And I was already wearing a rosary. Technically, I try to wear a rosary most of the time. And so I grabbed the holy water and I grabbed the holy oil on my way. And my kids screaming, Mom, don't go in there, don't go in there. And I went in the side way through the hallway to get into the kitchen because of where he had described the entity, which was in the corner. So I came in, I was spraying holy water, of cold shit, like I'm a profession, which I am not. But I have investigated since I was about 9. And so I'm throwing all this around and I'm calling out this and that. My son's screaming, Mom, Mom, and he won't get off the couch, he won't go look. And my husband was so upset by what my son was screaming, he's screaming, get his wife out of danger. So he comes in, but there was nothing there. It was never seen again, there was nothing there. I used to smudge the house all the time while we were renovating because I get up early. It's an old-fashioned thing for me, I always do. And I would look outside and I would see almost a tribe, what looked to me like a tribe, with teepees and people walking around and women skinning, doing the skinning, and the men carrying one with a spit. And it was just, and this is like 4:30 in the morning, the mist, that. This place was highly active, it really was. We also could hear his father after he passed. And he passed it here at the VA in Augusta, which is my VA and has been for 15 years now. That's another story. I got to write a book. But he passed there. But we could hear him coming down the hall the way he used to when he was alive. We were always there just to visit because both of them were very ill. And he would be yelling, get your asses out of bed. It's daylight. And that's the way it was. My dad was the same way. You don't waste daylight. You get your ass out of bed. So we knew that there were problems. It turns out that the home was demolished because they zoned it as a business area. I think it's a parking lot. Now, I haven't been in so long, but it was eradicated. And I didn't feel bad about that at all. I thought it should be. I thought it was evil. I always thought it was evil. 30 years I thought it was evil. I've been married to my husband almost 40 years. That's the other thing, the adopted parents found me. The half brother was married to my husband's sister when they found me. When I found him, I got a divorce finally, and I took him without telling nobody but his brother to San Antonio. We got married there about 3 years later, 4 years later. Had a great wedding. There wasn't any relative there. It was splendid. We had a blast. It was a lovely wedding. Love the dress. Still have it. So this is the kind of thing that you adoptive people are going to have to look at and go through. Do you want somebody to be in your life like that? And then have to go, I'm not going to tell him. I'm just going to leave. No, he's not just my brother-in-law. He's also my husband. So that's confusing on top of that. There's a story I have in the limo, out of the limo. When the real mother died, my husband thought I should be in the limo because that's where the kids were of her. And that would have meant the two half-brothers, their wives, and me. Something along this line. Well, they had everybody else sitting there. But they had asked for me to come, and I kept pulling back. My husband's dragging me to the car, to the limo, shoves me in. And everybody in there goes, no, I'm sorry, there's no room. And so you're walking through the limo. You're pissed off. And he goes, and he's standing there when you get out going, oh, okay. They might not have had room for you. I call it in the limo, out of the limo. There was only two brothers, half brothers, and two daughters. But that's not how that worked. So this is why I say change your name, go to another state, dye your hair. Do not answer. Don't call. Don't go meet him. I will write a book about this eventually. I keep saying I'm going to do that. There's nobody to stop me now. Yeah, oh, nuts. I knew I would do that. I hate that because it goes right out. Let's see, are we in? Yeah, we're back, guys. I'm going to sign off. I've got just about enough time today. Yeah, I had a lot of questions about this shooting myself. It also says they should do the ball. I don't even know he has to ask permission. If Obama could have put a $14 million tennis court in that nobody uses, I would think we could put a ballroom on instead of going to the Hilton where somebody tried to kill him. I mean, when the guy ran past the Secret Service like there was not even there. I mean, sure to God, it had to take him a minute and a half to even palm their weapon. I was like, yeah, you know, if I was him, I'd keep a firearm around if I was me. I was like, I ain't waiting for your dumbasses. Last time it took you 28 seconds to kill the bastard. I'm not waiting 28 seconds for you to show the fuck up. They did surround him, finally get him out of there. Melania, she was frozen. She was so frightened. I hated to see that. She's a great first lady, and somebody should recognize that fact. So I think we've covered most of the points that I had in live chat today. As far as paranormal, why don't we address that? I'll address the paranormal world on Wednesday. And in the meantime, there's all kinds that you can look at. We can chat about it on Wednesday. How about that? Yeah, okay. Thanks for that, guys. I appreciate it. I have a lot going on. You wouldn't think so since I'm retired, but I appreciate the hearts. I think I really do. Yeah, I just don't have enough time. I don't know where the time went. Probably old age. I hope that's what it is. I'd see the doctor Friday. I don't need any more bad news. Y'all try to get out of here. Try to have a safe week. Try to stop watching CNN. And if anybody you know watches CNN, throw a cold bucket of water on them. They need to be shot. Well, wake up time. And I will see you on Wednesday. We'll talk about the paranormal then. Rock on.